Come and say hi to you guys, see how you're doing your camporees here. It looks like everybody's having a lot of fun. I was thinking about coming down here. I didn't want to bore you. Like I said, I'm old and boring now. Obviously, first of all, happy 4th of July to everybody. Anybody know how old the U.S. is today? How many years? Really old? Yes, exactly right. 239 years old. That's right. Yeah, same with the Navy. The Navy and the Marine Corps are also 239 years old, but their birthdays are in October and November, respectively. Anyway, all part of great traditions. The Navy, the Marine Corps, the Air Force, all of our armed services. Awesome traditions. I worked a lot with the Air Force actually in my last tour, and they do a lot of great things. They sing a lot of songs. We don't have as many songs, but they have a lot of fun. So they're all our brothers in arms. And I tell you what, I learned the how much I treasure wearing a uniform when I was wearing your uniform when I was a scout. And I say I was a scout, but I am an Eagle Scout. Once an Eagle Scout, always an Eagle Scout. Once a Blue Angel, always a Blue Angel. I've said that very few times in my life. I think it's probably the only 2 times. Actually, I went to Notre Dame, so I'll say I'm a Domer, I'm an Eagle Scout, and I'm a Blue Angel. I can say that for the rest of my life, and I'm very proud to do that. So I don't know why you guys joined scouting. It might be because your older brother did. It might be because you wanted to kill bugs and use knives and hatchets and burn down the forest. No, that's why I joined. But that might be your reason. But I think it's probably because your friends are in it, and I've some of the best friends of my life that went through it with me and went through it with me all the way through Eagle. So it's not easy. I understand that. You're gonna have to go through some challenges, especially when you go into high school. But that's all right. Persevere. Go all the way. If you're an Eagle Scout, it's gonna open doors for you down the road. If you don't think it does, you're kidding yourself. So anyway, thank you all for having me. Sorry I keep doing that. I'm gonna stop that. Thank you all for having me. It's been a pleasure. And yeah, rock on. Have a great weekend.
Now it is my pleasure to introduce our second special guest of the evening. And he is a native of Chippewa Falls, an Eagle Scout from Chippewa Falls. He was the guy today flying in the Wisconsin flag at the start of the show today. So I'd like to introduce from the United States Air Force Academy, Cadet First Class, Jasper Arnenberg. Jasper?
All right.
Home. All right, guys. I'm really excited to be here. The last time I was here was 5 years ago at the 2010 Airshow, and I got to listen to the Blue Angels pilot there speak to us, and it's really cool just being back up here. Now I'm in front of you guys. So let's start talking about 2 years ago. I had never jumped out of an airplane before. This is July 29th of 2013 was the date of my first jump. So I was pretty scared. And I've always kind of been scared of doing dangerous things. I was the kid back when I was young who actually my little brother Simon, the SPL for Troop 72, taught me how to dive into a pool because I was too scared to do it on my own. I was always afraid of flipping or doing anything else. So naturally, I'm about to jump out of an airplane. So at the Air Force Academy, we have this program called the Basic Freefall Parachuting Course, Airmanship 490, and it's the only place in the entire world where your first jump is a free fall by yourself. So here I am. I've always been a little bit scared of heights, a little bit scared of different things, and I'm about to jump out of an airplane by myself with no help, and it was pretty scary. So my jump master was up in the plane with me. We go up to altitude, so we take off. We're going up, getting higher and higher. As you get higher and higher, everybody either starts talking a lot or they get really, really quiet. So I started talking a lot. I was getting really, really nervous. As you get up, it's my time, and the jump master told me to stand in the door. And at that point, there's a decision to make. Do I just keep sitting here and ride the plane down, take the comfortable way out, or do I go outside the aircraft and then let go? So, guess I decided I made the right choice. Stepped outside the aircraft and then just let go in total free fall for 10 seconds. And guess what I remember after the skydive? Absolutely nothing. There was so much sensory overload, I had no idea what was going on. The next thing I remember, I was under a canopy and I was safe. I thought it was about 30 seconds, it was about 6 seconds. So, great times. So the real thing is, how did I, as the scared kid who my little brother, 6 years younger than me, taught me how to dive into a pool, so I was too scared to do it. How am I now here jumping out of an airplane into the air show in front of all you guys? And I think one of the main reasons how that happened to me, how I went from this scared young kid to now coming in, being able to speak in front of all of you, is because of Boy Scouts and what that has done for me. So when I joined the troop, Troop 72 out of Chippewa Falls, I didn't really want to be in Boy Scouts, I'll be honest. There's a lot of people, there weren't that many people my age in the troop. I was one of the youngest ones. But I stuck with it at first. I kind of liked camping. I liked the adventure. And then when I was about 12 years old, I really didn't like the troop at all, and I wanted to quit Boy Scouts for a while. The reason I didn't is because my dad was there and he was in charge, and I couldn't quit the troop, which is good. And I'm very glad I didn't. But it's okay. Like there's probably plenty of you out here who you're in the troop because your dad was here, and you don't want to be in the troop, but you have to be. I'm sure there's people out here. I won't make you raise your hands. But maybe that's the best thing for you. Or if you're here and you're not being forced to stay in the troop, that's awesome. That's good. I eventually did learn to like Boy Scouts. Really, once I got to high school age and I started doing high adventure trips, that was really where the fun is at in Boy Scouts. Who out here has been to Philmont before? All right, I see a show of hands. Who here wants to go to Philmont sometime? All right, that's good. Hopefully we'll see some more hands after the talk tonight. So, Philmont's just one of those great places we do some high adventure trips, things you can't do anything else. One of the things I did at Philmont, I've been there 3 times now. The last time was this past summer. I went back with my Boy Scout troop and decided to go there. And did we have a lot of fun, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. All right. So one of the programs at Philmont is called Rayado, and it's a 3-week trip all by yourself. You go there and you meet totally random people, and you spend 20 days backpacking in the woods with people you've never met before, and there's no adults. Does that sound like a fun time?
Yeah.
Absolutely no adults. So you're in the woods backpacking. When I was there, we went 170 miles in 20 days. So that was very difficult. I remember at one point my legs were just so sore, and they told us that the next morning we went 20 miles this day. We went up 2 different mountains, and we were going hiking all the way until sunset. The sun went down. We were still hiking, and then we finally got to our last campsite, and they told us, hey, you know what, guys? You guys can have the day off. That tomorrow you don't have to hike at all. We're like, yes, we get to relax. And then the next morning, at about 4:30 a.m., we hear a shotgun blast, and there they are waking us up, and they're like, all right, we're gonna go rock climb this mountain and see the sunrise. So I'm sitting there in bed thinking I really would rather sleep right now, but I guess I'll wake up. And so what we did is we woke up and we got to do this rock climbing at Philmont, which is in the Rocky Mountains, and we got to see the sunrise from this top of this rock formation. It was one of the coolest things I've ever done. The main point of that, though, is that wasn't very comfortable at all. It was not a comfortable experience going to Philmont. I don't think it ever is a comfortable experience. Boy Scouts, what you guys are doing right now is not very comfortable. I'm sure many of you would rather be back at home playing video games right now. Is there anyone like that here? Yeah, I see some hands. I'm sure there's more of you. I mean, video games are fun, don't get me wrong, but you can learn a lot more about yourself and about each other through Boy Scouts and doing uncomfortable things. So, Boy Scouts really pushed me out of my comfort zone. I can say that without a doubt. From the scared little kid I was, just progressing through, I'll say one thing. So, I'm an Eagle Scout. I got it in 2009. So after my 8th grade summer, I decided to do my Eagle project, which was fairly early for me. And I'll say doing my Eagle Scout was the hardest thing I've ever done, by far. For my age I was at, when I was just finished 8th grade, so going into freshman year at Chi High, I built an animal shelter in Irvine Park. It's kind of hard to see. Maybe if you really look for it, you can see it behind some of the petting zoo areas. And I had to do all the coordination for that. I had to ask for donations. I had to do so many different things, recording so many different skills that I didn't really have, but I learned. And still to this day, I've never done a harder thing. I've done a lot of things, but I've never done something that hard for me at that time. So being an Eagle Scout really pushed my limits, and yeah, it's helped me grow into who I am today, now jumping into an air show in front of all you guys. So if I can make one plug for Eagle Scout, no matter who you are, if you're here today and you're a boy, still in the troop, of course, you can become an Eagle Scout if you want to, and it's definitely worth it. You just got to work for it. All right, I'll talk about a couple more things, and we'll get to some questions. So, one of the things I was really concerned about when I was in Boy Scouts is about popularity. Boy Scouts isn't really cool all the time. So, all right, who thinks Boy Scouts is cool? All right, that's good. That's a lot of hands. And I'm one of those who thought, when I was your age, I did not think Boy Scouts was cool. I'll be honest, I didn't think, a lot of my friends made fun of me for being in Boy Scouts. But you know now what my friends all think of Boy Scouts? They think it's one of the coolest things out there. I have a lot of friends now at the Air Force Academy on the parachute team who wish they were Boy Scouts when they were young. They wish they could go back and do Boy Scouts just because of all the things I got to do and the things that they could have done. So even if Boy Scouts right now isn't the cool thing to do, it'd be more fun to play sports or play video games or to try to get a lot of friends. That doesn't really matter, and I think you guys will find as you get older that being cool in high school doesn't matter that much in real life, or being cool in middle school especially. It doesn't. If you look back, so 5 years ago I was going into my junior year of high school, and I was really concerned about how cool I was and how popular and all that stuff. But you know what? Right now, if I look back in my life, do I think, wow, I wish I would have been a little bit cooler in high school? No. Not at all, not at all. I don't think like, wow, if I would have quit Boy Scouts, maybe I would have been more popular or whatever that even means. The point is, popularity doesn't really matter that much, and it really shouldn't matter. You guys should be focused more on making friends in Boy Scouts, doing great things, really pushing you out of your comfort zone here in Boy Scouts, and then you never know where it's going to lead from there. So, in closing, I thank you guys all for coming to the air show. I had a ton of fun today. I'm sure you guys did too. The Blue Angels are always fun to watch, even if they are the Navy. So at this point, I'd like to open it up to any questions that you guys might have.